Hey, welcome back. Let's solve another Advent of Code problem today. So this is day one. We're going to go through and solve it basically as simply as possible and explain what's going on here. We've got a set of elves. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elves that are carrying a certain number of calories in the items that they're carrying in their backpacks. And we just want to sum up the calories that each one is carrying and then find out which one has the most. So in this case, the fourth elf is carrying 24,000 calories. Now here's our example input. So we're going to parse this. We're going to split this out with each elf, right? We're going to have an extra blank line separating each elf, and then we just need to sum up the numbers of the calories that each elf is in fact carrying. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up. There we go. So we're going to pull up. We're going to parse the data. So we've got our data, and we're going to say that for elf in, and we're going to have data.split here. And we're going to split on a double set of lines here. And then we have our output is going to be a list. And we're going to say we want to basically have a list of lists, if you will. Or I guess a list of summed numbers, right? Because we need the sum of the items in that that the elf is carrying, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to say for item in, and we'll actually say for calories in elf.split, and this is going to be based off of new lines. We want to let's say elf total is 0. We want to say that the elf total plus equals the integer value of those calories, right? There are shorter ways to do this, but we'll output.append the elf total, right? So in this case, we're going to split on the double set of new lines, right? We've got the double set of new lines, and then within that for loop, we're going to say 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000, so the first one should be carrying 6,000 calories, etc. Second one should be carrying that. So we should end up with a list of the number of calories that every single elf is actually carrying. So here's our parsed data. For part 1, we've got our data. We're going to say here's our data is going to be parsed data. And let's just say calories. And what we need to do is we need to return the max value of those calories, right? That's that is the highest number, right? The most, what elf is carrying the most calories. So in this case, we should get back 24,000 as the input and the output. And you'll notice that I've got that the input here, that's the sample input, and that's the output. So let's try this. Try this again. Okay, none type object is not iterable. What did we do? We did not return the output. Let's try this again. There we go, python.run. Okay, so we did in fact get a correct assertion. Let's instead print part 1 this time so that we can see there's 24,000. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the actual input from Advent of Code. Here's the puzzle input. You can see this is a bunch of numbers, so obviously you can't just do this by hand. I guess you could probably do it in Excel, but we're going to copy this into our input.txt file. We're going to import sys, and we're going to say that our input is sys.standardin.read. So we're going to read from the standard input, and then that's what's going to feed into our part 1 function. So let's see what the answer is. Hopefully this is the correct answer, 69,310. So let's put this in and see if we got the right answer. There we go, that's the right answer. Okay, so we'll continue to part 2. By the time you calculate the answer to the elf's question, they've already realized that the elf carrying the most calories of food might eventually run out of snacks. So we need to find the total calories carried by the top 3 elves carrying the most calories. So in the example above, that's 45,000 calories once we sum those 3 together. So in this case, let's comment this out, and we're going to say part 2 input equals, and in this case, it's going to be 45,000 calories, right? We're going to assert this and just double check that part 2 does, in fact, return this. So in this case, we do need the calories again. We do need to parse that data again. But in this case, we're going to do calories.sort, right? We're going to sort it. And then we want to get the last 3 values, and we want to return the sum of those last 3 values. So you see what I did here is I took the calories, I have the calories.sort, and in this case, I probably should do sorted, right? Because otherwise it will return a num. Sorted calories. And we want to get the final 3 values, which are going to be the largest values, and we want to return the sum of those values. So if we did this correct, we should get 45,000. So let's run that again. 24,000. I forgot to print out the response, but the assertion did pass, so that is good. Print. Oh, there we go. And that's 45,000. So let's read from the standard input. Let's test this out. 206,104. Let's double check this. And there we go. Got the correct answer. Okay, so there we go. That was the answer for how to do the day 1 of the Advent of Code. I hope this was helpful. Hope this was interesting. If you have any questions, throw those below the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So there you go. Thanks very much.